Matt wants to know, how did you learn that your daughter was going to headline WrestleMania, and what were your thoughts or emotions in response?
You mean in New York?
Yeah,
How
just to
did I find out?
realize that, by the way, I just want to remind everybody you've had a lot of big WrestleMania moments. I mean, I think most people think about your match with Shawn Michaels and they still talk about it as one of the greatest WrestleMania moments in history, but it didn't go on last. And even when you were the world champ and you had an opportunity to defend it against the Macho Man, it was for the world title, but Hulk went on last. And now, after all these years, ultimately, you never had that honor of going on last WrestleMania, but your daughter does. And I just, me knowing you like I know you, you had to be tickled for her.
No, I was thrilled. I told you they asked me, they actually asked me if I wanted to go on last in Orlando. And I said, God, absolutely not. I mean, I was already embarrassed by how much attention I was getting. Not embarrassed, that's not the good word. I loved all the attention I was getting, but I wasn't going to ask the world champion, whoever it was at that time, go over and say, hey, thank you for this. And I mean, I'd rather have just, I'd rather know that it's one of the greatest moments, I think, in the history of the business because it was very real. Number one. Number two, I was working with the best worker in the history of the business. And number three, it was my life. And I've said this many times, but I just wish I hadn't gone back into the ring. But when you get divorced 4 times, man, it costs money. So I went back to work. Um, but even to this day, I miss it. I'm even thinking about doing something now, but I got to put more thought into that. But getting back to Ashley, it's just huge. I mean, I understand why Steve went on last on the first night. I think they should have main evented the first night, but at the same time, I understand because of Steve's status and who he is in the business why they put him on last. So and they were great. Steve was awesome, as was Kevin Owens.